pussy's in the way.
Matt's got his pussy in the way.
Yeah. Well, welcome to another Wheels of Fury Facebook YouTube chat. Haven't said that in a while.
Yeah. Matt and I had some craft dinner and sausages for dinner, and then we went to a place called D Spot. It's a cafe not far from us. And boy, their menu is something to behold.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, we went to the liquor store in the plaza there.
Yeah,
Was it a week ago?
it was about a week or so ago.
Yeah.
Matt, we went to the liquor store, and Matt got the Proper 12, and I got the bottle of Bailey's. And as we were going along, I look and I go, oh, there's a place called Shelby's
Yeah.
Legendary Shawarma. And then Matt, and then of course right beside it is this dessert cafe called D Spot. And we were like, hey, let's go check it out. Now, of course, they weren't open. They were about to open though for business, and we decided we'd take a putter on over there tonight. And now, you would think it would just be a dessert spot, which it is. The majority of their menu is desserts. Thank God. You name it, they practically got it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they do also have like non-dessert items. I'll put it. They got burgers, they got sandwiches. I think they've got some other things. But like most of their menu is desserts, because it's a dessert cafe, and they got friggin' cakes, they got ice cream, they got waffles, they got crepes, they got milkshakes, they got something called croffles, and things like croissant waffles or something like that, and so much more.
I was gonna get a coffee and a cake, but then I see Belgian and hot chocolate.
Right.
I was like, fuck yeah. So I don't need it, but you know what? It's a treat.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Do yourself once in a while, don't hurt.
So, I mean, I'm at the age now where I have to be careful, and honestly, yeah, I told myself that, yeah, I'd like to cut back on a few things. Not cut it out, just cut it back.
Right, yeah.
So tonight was just seemed a little more indulgent than usual.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we both got the Belgian hot chocolate. Matt got a chocolate cheesecake. I got their carrot cake. The carrot cake is amazing. Very, very good.
Yeah. The cheesecake is like this.
Oh, yeah, the cheesecake is nice. Was quite big.
And you could tell that they put a lot of love in their desserts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, we'll have to go there for lunch at some point too.
Yeah.
But mainly, yeah, it's and then of course I have to always ask if there's nuts in anything, and I can't guarantee it.
Like, I did notice looking at the menu, each item, there was a description at the bottom. Like, usually with places, for each, for whatever it is on the menu, food-wise, dessert-wise, there'll be a little description at the bottom that tells you what's in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Mouth is nut allergy and what have you.
It's like, how allergic are you? Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
How allergic are you? Well, hope you guys got an EpiPen somewhere. He's got one on him.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, is that, yeah, the last time I actually came in contact with nuts, it was just like a small crispy crunch, which I threw up. obviously.
Yeah.
So I didn't ingest anything. So it's hard to know. Like, I'm not anaphylactic, thankfully.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you always have to check. And it just seems like chocolate and nuts go together.
Yeah. Nuts are the most common thing paired with chocolate.
Yeah.
That's not, a flavor. So like it's the texture thing, right? Then you go into like chocolate mint, chocolate and orange, chocolate and coffee, chocolate and other stuff.
I didn't see actually. Yeah, they didn't have any peppermint stuff.
Not that I saw.
So yeah, well, like they even had a brownie,
Oh yeah.
but yeah. So we'll be back.
Oh yeah, we'll go back for sure.
And in fact, back now.
Yeah.
But like Kyle said, there's a shawarma place right next to it.
Yeah.
And I thought these were just like go in, get your food, get out type things. But it's an actual sit down restaurant, I guess.
Oh yeah, like first go in, somebody go, server, let's say, or whatever, comes over like, hey, welcome to D Spot. Would you like to dine in or take it? I said, oh, we'll dine in. Huh? And I mean, like, if it was like maybe if it was just I don't know, if it was just a dessert spot, maybe it would be, takeout only. I don't know, but because they have like items on their menu like burgers and that, that's probably why it's a cafe.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
And I thought I'd heard somebody say that there's alcohol, but didn't see that either. So,
Nah.
but yeah, last week we did the annual holiday special that'll be uploaded on Christmas Eve. I did a couple things myself. I thought about doing a video tonight, but I'm too lazy now. So,
Yeah, I think tonight's one of those nights where you just chill and do our own thing.
yeah.
I mean, not since last week. Well, yeah, last week we did quite early Christmas special. Then, of course, Saturday was Wrestle Dream.
Yes, that's right.
And, yeah.
Wrestle Dream was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Dynamite, but I did watch the ups and downs for that. So,
right.
Looks like that was a good show.
It was pretty good.
I do want to watch NXT.
Yeah.
Looked like it was a good show too. Raw wasn't bad. I think the 2 hours is just something for people to get used to again.
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, it's going to be something for people to. It's going to be something that people are going to have to get used to again. But it's only going to last till January.
Yes. That is true, which I think is stupid. And not considering the fact that they want to do that with SmackDown, go 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this Netflix thing is going to work.
Right, yeah.
Because like I said, I don't know if SportNet's going to still air Raw or SmackDown, or Fox obviously probably won't.
I don't think it's Raw and SmackDown going to Netflix. I think it's only Raw.
Oh.
I believe.
Yeah, well, that's good then, I guess. I mean, it's just another cash grab, in my opinion, because now it's like, okay, now there's a reason to get Netflix, get a passport and all that stuff, and fair enough.
Yeah.
just to hear all the swears, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, bye. No. Yeah, so obviously no episode tonight, but next week is. I'm not sure.
Bound for Glory.
Bound for Glory, yes. So.
From haven't watched any episodes of Impact, but I've seen what the matches are going to be on like Instagram. It's looking like it's going to be a good card.
Oh yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm the same still.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just I watch other stuff on my PVR, and then it's too fucking late. And then I'm like, okay, well I'll watch Raw, then I'll watch SmackDown, and I'll watch Dynamite, and then Impact. It's like it gets too many episodes, so then I lose track,
Yeah.
and I don't want to start from the bottom. So then delete. Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, yeah, like Kyle said, it looks like it's going to be a good show.
Yes.
Just watched a lot of the Chris Van Vliet episodes. I feel like he's repeating a lot of the guests he had on before.
Yeah.
Like they had him with, like recently, Coachman, or Jonathan Coachman.
Yeah.
I just saw Karrion Kross.
Yeah. He did one not too long ago with the body.
Yep. And interesting though, because Karrion Kross now has a book coming out. And he said, yeah, I was ready to go and everything, and this writer guy, I don't know his name, said, oh, this looks good. It could be good to go. And he goes, you mean to tell me that I could have had this book out sooner?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, that would be annoying.
but that'll be an interesting book. There's another autobiography coming out or something like that. So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, like I have no idea what else to talk about.
Yeah.
Because we talked about a lot of stuff last week.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I did find it. I've seen a little bit of the interview that Coach did with Chris, and there were some things that he had to say that were very interesting. Well, one thing that Coach was talking about was when he returned to WWE in 2018, and on Monday Night Raw, and of course, doing the whole it was him and Corey Graves and Michael Cole doing commentary for Raw, and he's like, as not cool as nice as it's been that they've done the 3-person commentary booth, if you will, it's so difficult because everybody's got to be on point, everybody's got to get in what they want to say, and gotta have the right timing, and you gotta say things and whatever. You have fans in your ear constantly and whatever. He felt like if it was maybe just him and maybe Michael Cole on commentary for Raw, and he was able to be the heel coach, if you will.
Yeah.
Back in 2007 or whatever the fuck it was. That dynamic would have worked.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing now. And someone was just asking me, like, oh, have you watched the Vince McMahon doc series? And I said, no, basically it's the same shit we know.
Yeah, but I don't really see, or I don't really know what new stuff we could learn on this documentary. I doubt if there is going to be anything new.
Yeah, like I know that obviously he didn't know his dad until what, he was 12, and then you know Vince Senior wasn't very receptive and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
But then the pattern happens, and Vince did the same thing with Shane and
yeah,
whatever. So
yeah. Thing too about the three person commentary booth is like, you know, yeah, it's more exciting. There's more energy. There's more, more opinions, more, you know, thoughts, more, in depth. But like, you have your, let's say, usually with like, okay, two people. You got your, let's say, main commentator and then your color commentator.
yeah,
You throw a third person in there, then they're like the and the second person's the color commentator. What's the third person like? The added color? I don't like the added color commentator or the added color. Who knows?
like can it work? Sure. I mean, they did that in WCW
Oh yeah,
in the later part, I think.
can it work? Yes. Does it work? Yes. But it just takes so much to get a feel for
Yeah,
it. I mean, they did color chart or three people on commentary for quite a while on Raw. Like I know, like okay, they did Jr. the King and Coach on Raw commentary in like mid 2000s. Like I said in 2018 they did Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Coach. They did what was it Michael Cole, Corey Graves, or no? Oh, it's Mickey James on
uh,
Raw, I think.
oh, I don't remember, but
And they did. Um, was it Vic Joseph? I don't think it was Booker T. It was it. Or was it Vic Joseph, Mauro Ronaldo, and Beth Phoenix
yeah,
on
maybe
commentary in NXT.
Renee,
Renee, yeah,
Renee Paquette.
yeah, Renee did commentary on Raw for a little bit, and I mean, like it could work. It just takes a lot more to make it work than two people,
Exactly.
because like whether it be Jr. and the King or Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, um, Jr. and Paul Heyman,
Yeah,
Michael Cole and Taz, Grandma Soon, Bobby Heenan, Vince and Jesse. They there's something about a two-person commentary table, commentary booth, that two people can just feed off each other so easily and so quickly, and be really good commentary. Three people, yeah, they can feed off each other really well. It just it takes a lot more for like who's going to speak at what moment and what time. You know, are there going to be people cutting each other off, people interrupting each other? One person starts saying something, another person jumps in with something. Because quite often you see that with like the two-person commentary. So I mean,
I think what I like more now on WWE especially is that like the commentators stand up. They
yeah,
can walk around, not like go everywhere, but like walk around instead of just sitting on their ass. And because there's emotion, but there's not that much. Whereas if you're standing, it feels like your voice carries more, you get more excitement.
yeah,
And honestly, I think Michael Cole has had the best time in WWE in years.
I think the whole thing that really started with Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Because they allowed Pat, to stand up and, be himself, if you will. And now with, Triple H in charge, they have a little more leniency to, do their own thing, if you will.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, as comfortable as I'm sure those chairs are, sitting on your ass for 3, 4 fucking hours,
Yeah.
would be taxing.
Well, especially on a pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, premium live event. I mean, that's... Yeah, exactly. It would be kind of uncomfortable after a while, and...
Yeah.
So...
And see that now, with them, Michael Cole and whatnot being able to you know, stand up, really get into the commentary and, really get into um, what he's saying, or even just to, stand up for a little bit, and just stand for a little bit, get the blood flowing to the legs a little bit, maybe not. You're, you're limited to how far you can move around with a headset on, but like even just to stand for like a couple minutes, stand in one spot, get the blood flowing and whatnot, and then sit back down for a little bit.
Yeah.
I did see on Raw, War Raiders
Yes.
are back.
So that's exciting.
They're back to being the War Raiders.
They're back to being the War Raiders. They still call themselves Eric and Ivar,
which is whatever.
It is what it is. I mean, look,
like they've been Eric and Ivar for quite a while now. So I mean, like everybody is familiar, familiar with them as Eric and Ivar by now. But like, just to have them as the War Raiders again, like, okay, that's good.
I mean, that's just another change.
Yeah.
Like, that's a change that should have happened a long time ago, but because of Vince, it just seemed like, no, we're going to do this now. It's like when Karrion Kross went to Raw for the first time and had him in a fucking, like, helmet that was too small for his head.
Yeah.
Or something like that, and then they had him rehash a bunch of garbage. But yeah, then he came back, and now he's where he needs to be, I think.
I saw, I've seen some clips of that interview that Chris did with Karrion, and Chris asked him, what did WrestleMania 40 mean to you? Kross was like, it meant a lot to me. It meant the world to me. It's hard for him to put into words, but it's like, he gets released, gets brought back. Well, he's on NXT. He's killing it in NXT, crossing it in NXT, gets called up to the Monday Night Raw, put in this stupid Spartan gimmick, whatever the fuck it was, gets let go, gets brought back, off and running, then starts up the Final Testament, and then ends up, at the biggest show of the year. How many people can say they've had that opportunity? Not WrestleMania. I mean, you get let go, then you get rehired, and then you're off and running on your second go around, if you will, and you do the biggest show of the year for the company. Like,
I said it before, and I'll say it again. I think that it's sad when it only takes one person to get canned for things to get better.
Yeah.
And I think with Vince gone, and let's face it, the dude's almost 80 as of next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he shouldn't be in a company anyways. And so it's like, with those allegations, and yes, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's true. That's all I could say. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, yeah, things are the way they should be. They got the War Raiders back. What else could they do? I don't know.
Yeah. When I saw that, it's like, okay, War Raiders, they're back to basics. No more Viking cosplay.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, they have this kind of Viking background, if you will, and whatnot. But like, you know, they're no longer, they don't have the helmets, the shields, all that other stuff. It's back to, they came out, they're wearing vests and wearing, just like regular gear, if you will. And yeah, it's back to basics essentially.
yeah,
One thing I am interested in or curious about, well, kind of both. Before they they went away, like they had some time off. They Sarah was with them, Sarah Rowe,
yeah.
as Valhalla. Will
Oh,
she eventually come back with them
yeah.
and like just be herself, or like what are they going to do with her?
Like, I thought it was cool what they did with the horns and all that stuff.
Yeah,
The longboat. It is cool. It's just, it
yeah,
was overdone,
yeah,
I think, and it got a little bit more cartoonish. So I'm glad they're doing the War Waiters,
War Waiters, War
War
Waiters,
Waiters
War Waiters.
again. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
And then in another couple of years, we'll have the new Vicious War Raiders.
yeah,
But see, that again shows you how out of touch Vince is. Because, yeah, well, they're, they're Viking, like, how vicious can you get?
yeah. One thing that still that I've seen quite a few times and it's stuck in my head. Um, Ivar did an interview with Chris, and he was talking about when him and Eric first came in, and it's like, oh, Vince loves us, and like, oh, Vince like, oh, who are these guys? And it's like, well, they dress up like Vikings, and they do they look like Vikings. It's like a Viking experience. Okay, that's it. That's their name. And it's like nobody was happy with it. And then they went to Vince and like, we can't do this. We can't have this goofy, cartoonish video game, whatever this name. And Vince was like, okay, we'll call you the Viking Raiders. Yeah. just just somebody describing Eric and Ivar to Vince, and I was like, okay, who are these guys? What do these guys do? Well, let's invite. This is before they had a name for them, and somebody said, "Oh, there's like a Viking experience." Okay, that's their name then. And I was like, and I don't. I think he said nobody, or they didn't even know about it until they seen it up on the screen. It's like, oh God, what the hell is this? And then they had a meeting with fans, and it's like, we can't have this, cartoonish name or whatever. I think I'm sure they came up with some, or had to talk about it. And say, okay, we'll call you the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, and that's what I said before. Like, you take guys, I mean, you look at these two, and they were singles wrestlers for a while, and then they were War Machine and Ring of Honor in
Yeah.
Japan, and then they got NXT, which I marked the fuck out for. Like, even when Kevin Steen came over,
Yeah,
and so it's like, no, well, it's trademark, so we're going with War Raiders.
right.
and then it just spiraled from there.
What?
I mean, then you talk of Kevin Steen turning into Kevin Owens, and it's
Yeah.
like it fits now, but it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, it's like taking Adam Copeland, and then we're gonna call him Edge,
Yeah.
and then he shows up in AEW, and he's Adam Copeland, which I think you look at Christian Cage, they didn't call him Jason Resco,
No.
so it's like, I mean, you're splitting hairs, but
But
it would have been interesting though if they went to War Raiders because Vince is gone and they can do what they want, or
yeah.
Eric and Earl were just gonna, or Eric and Ivo or whatever, they were just gonna go to AEW at some point
Maybe.
because Ricochet's there.
Yeah.
You thought that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I just hope they know what they're doing with him. Because it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we're gonna pay more money, but you're probably not gonna do much.
Yeah.
And that's usually what happens. So it's like you get paid less, and then you do what you want, or you get paid more, and you either sit your ass at the house, or you do less and you stay in catering. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll see what they do with Ricochet.
Yeah.
Obviously, we knew he wasn't going to become the All Atlantic champion.
The international champion, yes.
Sure, yes.
I mean, yeah, not in his first few months at the company.
No.
One thing I will say though is on Dynamite, you had this, press conference with Don Callis, and he's got Brian Cage and Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher and Lance Archer.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna, with Takeshita now as champion, we're gonna take this title and defend it. And any company all around the world, any wrestler that wants to step up and challenge for the title, go for it. It's like, finally, about fucking time.
Yeah.
Because, like, when it was the, All Atlantic Championship and Pac was the champion, he defended it, in England, he defended it, he defended it on Dynamite, or, a pay-per-view, but he also defended it in other companies. But then, when he lost the title, it seemed like it was only an AEW title, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's like that when they changed the name to the International Championship, it's like, okay, you have a championship. You rebranded and renamed it the International Championship. Why not have it defended, internationally, you could say.
Yeah.
And, okay, it took Takeshita winning the title, you could say, to get that far. Well, I mean, they could have done that with Ospreay and the others. Why they did it, who knows? But I mean, I was like, okay, we're going to see this title defended, more consistent, not more consistently, more often.
Yeah.
Than, on a Dynamite, on a pay-per-view. Maybe it was defended once in a while, like a Rampage or a Collision, but it was mainly like a Dynamite or a pay-per-view. That title was defended.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, and we talk about on SmackDown and all that stuff. It looks like they're gonna get rid of, what is it, Dark?
No, they're good. Well, they got rid of Derek months ago.
Oh, okay.
I think they're going to get rid of Collision,
Oh,
and they're going to have a new show called Shockwave.
okay. Well, that's gonna be not sure why, but all right.
Yeah,
I think maybe just stick to like Dynamite and Rampage, although Rampage is also an internet show. Unless they're aired in the States somewhere.
I believe in the U.S.
Yeah.
it's air. I believe Rampage, Rampage and Collision are on TNT.
Yeah.
Here in Canada, I don't know if it's on a channel, but I mean, you could easily just go on friggin' one of the free wrestling sites and watch Collision,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Rampage.
Yeah, my brother basically watches those. It's not that I don't want to, once again, it's just you know,
Watch other things.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, Smash Wrestling is coming back, or has been back now for a while, doing shows in London and Toronto. So,
Yeah. Smash just came back. They're going to be relaunching Maple Leaf Pro.
yeah. Yeah, Scott Demore.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's cool. And there is a channel that has a bunch of the Maple Leaf Wrestling shows from the 70s, 80s, and I think 90s.
Yeah.
So we'll have to watch that. And now I might do that after this. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, next week is going to be exciting.
Yes.
And, yeah. So, for me, Matt, Killer Kyle, we are the new Vicious Wheels of Fury. And we will talk to you next week. Deuces.
Vicious and delicious.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. I was watching, it was Dark Side of the Ring with Buff Bagwell.
Right.
I guess he wasn't a take team called Vicious and Delicious.
I think so, yeah.
That's kind of what happens when you don't watch WCW.
I think it was him and Scott Norton.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
I was like, yeah. The Vicious Scott Norton and delicious Buff Bagwell.
Yeah. And then there was American Males. American Males.
The American Males.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty good show. Again, I like a redemption story.
Yeah.
And he seems like a really good dude.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, fuck off.